Welcome back, everyone, to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 3, Episode 5 of War of the Rings, and we are playing with the Warriors of Middle-earth expansion. We've also got the Lords of Middle-earth expansion on it, so we had a great round 4. Forces from Mordor massing. We've woken up the first component of the new expansion set, the Brood of Shelob, and we are going forward with that. And I'll show you what those spiders look like. This is the Brood of Shelob here. These two massive spiders. We've got one in Minas Morgul and one in Dol Guldur. We've also got the Eagles mobilized down to Lorien. And we've got Elrond activated from the Lords of Middle-earth. We've also trying to progress our elves to be at war. We got to work a little bit on that this round. So let's jump into turn number 5. Before we do, quick shout out to the sponsors of this channel. We've got Pontos Fathom Press, Necromancer of Nyarlathotep, upcoming podcasts from our podcast YouTube channel, Pontos Fathom Press. We do a weekly podcast, or bi-weekly podcast, I'd say, and we've got a bunch of Tolkien content out there if you want to go check that out. We've also got a Patreon below, and as usual, liking and subscribing helps us to grow the channel, so really appreciate your guys' patronage here, and also comments, much appreciated. This is my third time only playing War of the Ring as a solo game, and my first time playing Warriors of Middle-earth, so if you guys are experts on this stuff, feel free to comment below and help me improve my game here. So, okay, let's jump into turn 5. So we got the fellowships already on 3. We've got the additional dice for Elrond. We've got an additional dice for Gothmog. Let's go ahead and roll these up. I'll leave one die there for the activation. I believe because I have spiders activated that I can also put a spider die into the mix. So let me just see if that's true. Yeah, so we can take our first faction die as well. So we'll take this dark faction die into the mix, and we'll roll these, and then we'll roll our character dice, and we get these dice rolled as well. Great. Okay, so first off, we've got no eyes, so it's going to be a lot of moves for the shadow player. So let's go ahead with our grabbing our cards. Shadow player grabs 3 cards. We get the Fighting Uruk-hai, the breakup of the Fellowship, and her offspring. Recruit 1 in Minas Morgul. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll start off. Let's start off with the shadow player. They are going to use an action right off the bat to play this card. And they can, her own offspring, she can recruit another spider into Dol Guldur. So we'll go into the reserves, grab an additional spider here, and now we've got another Shelob spider here. And we can discard this. We'll also grab our cards from the Fellowship players. We've got In Long Swift Lines, Wisdom of Elrond and the Western Way. So we'll put these here as well. For the Fellowship player, I will go ahead and play move the Fellowship. We can move them to 4. We've got 1 die there, so let's see what we got for the result. And the Fellowship is not detected. Let's see where we are here. Okay, so the Fellowship has moved. And let's go ahead and I'm going to just check something with these eagles here. Okay, so let's go ahead and move to the shadow player. They will go ahead and play a card again as well. This time they will play they've got some play if the fellowship is revealed. So they can play Servants of Sauron, they can shuffle, they can draw 3 cards from the faction deck, and then shuffle these cards back into the deck. So let's see what we get. We get the Craft of Shelob. Let's grab this one. Yeah, we're going to grab the Craft of Shelob card, and we'll shuffle these back in. Craft of Shelob can be in play if we want to. Let's go ahead then and go back to the Fellowship player. We've got a muster action. So muster action. Let's move our elves to war with a mustering. Elves have been activated. If the elves are activated in war, no, not yet. We cannot activate the eagles just yet. Let's go ahead and move our shadow player. We also can move a Nazgul. Let's have a Nazgul. Actually, do we have an event card we can play? Let's see. Saruman is in play, and the army containing Isengard is besieging a strong note. Okay, not yet, not yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and play a muster. I think I said I was going to play a muster. We move that. We've got a, oh, now we have the shadow player. They're going to move an action. We'll move a Nazgul. Let's move a Nazgul up to here. Looking for the fellowship. Next up, we'll move a. We'll take the fellowship players, and if we make this a. Let's use the fellowship. We can just use the muster, and we can bring one character into play. Well, let's just get reinforcements. So we can have 2 leaders in 2 different settlements. So we'll do mustering here. We'll get 2 leaders in 2 different settlements. I will muster. Again, I want to prepare for war down in Gondor. So let's grab 2 Gondor leaders. 1 and 2. And I will place. Oh, that's elite. These are 2 leaders. Take 1 and 2. And we can put 1 in Helm's Deep and 1 here. We can also move this other, that's an army one, not a muster one. Okay, so that's fine. Let's move our armies. We'll muster, actually this army one we can move, let's move this army up to here as well. So we'll move these Sutherlands up this way to get ready for some combat. We'll go back to our fellowship player. We also have this use a card. Let's see who we have here. We have choose an army with the free peoples, all shadow in the region. No, nothing in the region there. Okay, long battle. Speeding on the... If there's one more eagle figure, a distance of 4 from the defending army. Play an ent figure. Draw 3 hunt tiles. Permanently discard one of them. Well, let's do that. Let's draw 3 hunt tiles and permanently discard one of them. So I'll get the hunt bag out, and I will permanently discard one. So I can draw 3 tiles. And I will permanently discard one of these tiles. Put it back in the box, and that's that. So we can move that one on. Back to the shadow player. I will have them use one of their leader tokens. Leader tokens, we can activate a leader. Hold on one second, I've just got to find right here. Leader tokens. Move an army, again with the leadership token. Let's move so we can move Nazgul again. Let's move this Nazgul down to here to be the leader of Minas Morgul. Okay, and then we have one more Will of the West. Let's do the Will of the West to transform to a I'm going to transform that to a leader token, and we'll one more time move the fellowship. We can do a roll. Fellowship is not revealed, but we can reveal the fellowship here. So we will reveal the fellowship to be in Lorien. The fellowship is now in Lorien, and as a result we can activate next turn the with the Ents. So we'll move that back down. Fellowship is revealed in Lorien. Let's go to the next shadow player one. They have a muster. Muster, they can bring one character into play. Let's have them bring, again, a new character, the Balrog. You may use the muster action to bring the if Moria is unconquered and not under siege. So we will launch the Balrog. Advance the Elven and Dwarven nations one step on the political track. So we can advance the dwarves one step on the political track. Do we have any advance on the political track here? Elves are at war. Let's move the Balrog of Moria onto the board. Here's the Balrog of Moria here. And maybe while I'm showing off the Balrog of Moria, I'll just go and show off these two hillmen. These two hillmen miniatures we've got as well. They're pretty cool. Actually, let me get this light over here. It's a little dark. Okay, so let's go back to the shadow player while I get this light set up. That's better. Okay. Shadow player has got this die from the Warriors of Middle-earth. Let's read up on this die. So this die is a recruit play event action, faction event. So let's check our faction events. Do we have a The craft of Shelob. Move all spiders up to 2 regions. Okay, so let's move these spiders up to here, up to the front lines. And I will move... If the Shelob's lair has not entered play, enter it now. So I will also add the Shelob's lair to the Mordor track for later. So we'll add that one in. And that is going... Oh, we got one more leadership token. We can spawn another... we can move another Nazgul. Oh, we can move this as well. So let's move this one. Let's move the Nazgul from here into Mirkwood, Dol Guldur. That's going to wrap it up for turn 5. We'll check you guys out in turn number 6. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next turn. Bye-bye.